How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the DTB podcast, the number one barber podcast on YouTube and of the world. Today, we're here doing another interview, another episode, and we just want to share some gems. We want to share some values for all the listeners out there. I am your host, Diego Mendoza.
And I'm your co-host, KO from Colores. How's it going, DTB?
Good. We started out the day really good. I feel really energized. I feel like every time I'm coming to an episode, I feel like it's just a different feeling, bro. You know when you're driving, you're just like, damn, I'm about to go record another episode. So I started out the day really good, bro.
That's dope. That's good to hear, man. It's good to hear. I was really looking forward to coming over here today. It's a little bit of a different feel, when, obviously for myself, I'm going towards, asking the questions more so, but now I'm actually asking them to the founder, and the main one who actually brought this idea to life, Diego, man. Let's give it up for Diego. Let's go, Diego.
Let's go.
So Diego, I'm sure as for myself and everyone watching us right now, they want to know what's the drive behind the podcast. How did this come to life? How did the seed get planted for, you to start, actually even thinking of purchasing this, expensive equipment and, actually getting a full-on location, getting the prints done for your background. How did that come about, brother? You want to fill us in on that?
Yeah, it's actually a really interesting story, bro, and I feel like everything just started lining up, bro, because I was sharing. I was gonna bring the laptop today, but at my other laptop, we had a college project, and it said like do a hypothetical project that you would do, and I remember that I wrote a note, and the note says 2019, bro. It said launch a podcast for entrepreneurs and share business ideas. That was it. That was the basis of it, bro. And then I remember my cuñado, I had told him a long time ago too, like, hey, bro, we're starting a podcast. And then I remember my sister too. She once I posted it on Instagram, she started sharing it like, oh, Diego's starting a podcast, and nothing happened, bro. Like 2 years passed, bro. Nothing happened, bro. And I was just like, and this is something I want to share is that, like, once God gives you a vision, bro, it doesn't mean you're supposed to act on it right now. Like, once you receive the vision, you wait on it a little bit, start getting the resources, start getting the tools. And, like, in my case, it took 3 years, bro, to actually now start bringing it into life, I think the biggest misconception that people have is that I'm doing this for money.
I see.
You
I
get what
can
I'm
see
saying?
why people think that, just are trying to, oh, there goes Diego trying to find another way of income, But sometimes I feel like it really has to have to come from heart,
From the heart.
from actually, like you said, an idea, God's vision, you felt that come upon you and now you're tackling it. And I think you're doing a great job doing that. Tell us a little bit more about 2019, that exact moment when you just thought, you said you were in school, doing a school project.
Yeah, it was my
So
last year.
was this college
Yeah.
that you're at?
Correct. So I was
okay.
finishing my last year of it was my 4th year of my bachelor's degree, bro. So I actually went to college and I studied business management, bro.
Oh, nice,
Yeah,
nice,
so
nice. So,
everything
okay,
was
so you're
about
not a kid
business.
from the hood, or maybe you are from the
Yeah,
hood,
yeah.
but not a kid that's just like, you know what? I need to make some money. I'm gonna start cutting hair.
Yeah.
No, you actually went to school. You got a bachelor's degree.
Yeah, correct.
Right on, man. Big ups to you.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So, yeah, bro, like I remember like I was in college and mid-college, I'm like, I want to do this. Well, I'm already learning about corporate stuff. I'm learning about culture, organization, systems, vision, having a mission statement. I'm learning all this stuff, and that time I'm like, I don't even need this. I'm a barber. I'm gonna cut hair, But now everything, bro, like I said, everything just aligns, and I think the timing is so perfect, bro. Because now when I'm reading some books and it's talking about culture organization, I'm not ignorant of it. Now I understand it more while I'm reading it. So yeah, I ended up going to college, bro. And then once I get out of college, I remember I'm like, I call it no man's land, right after you graduate, you're like, I'm free to do whatever I want. But a lot of people could see it as a. Some people might see it like, oh yeah, I could do whatever I want. I'm gonna go do this. But for me, it was scary because I'm coming out of college with debt. I'm coming out of college with like a degree, and then I had gotten like a ticket in the barber shop, bro. So I'm like, what do I do? Where do I start, bro? So I was just like, I'm gonna just cut hair, and I continued cutting hair. But I at that point I started my self development journey, bro. I
Nice.
remember that I started my first one of the first persons I listened to is Gary Vee,
Okay.
and Gary Vee is like, if you're going through depression and you're going through all this, and I think at that stage of my life I was going through the motions, bro.
Yeah.
And Gary V's are like, make sure every day you have something playing in your ear that motivates you. That and for me that sounds so corny. I'm like whatever, but I remember I wake up every morning. I'm driving to school. I put a podcast. I'm on my way back, put another podcast. Even if I'm sad, if whatever was going on, bro, I was just like, I had to listen to this podcast, you know? So that's when I start my self development journey, and I'm just listening to podcasts, bro. And throughout this last year, bro, I could, I wouldn't even lie to you, bro. Like I always tell people, I listen to more podcasts than anybody I know, bro. Like every day, I'm listening to a podcast every day because I stopped listening to like music, bro. Like I listen to it for inspiration,
Yeah.
right? But like on my daily basis, bro, it's just like some music is just out of pocket now. I'm just like, it doesn't really like feed my mind that much. So that's when I started listening to podcasts. And I'm like, I need to start my own because at the end of the day, it comes back to the God vision. You know, it's like, um, we were giving like authority in our words, bro, and our words actually have power, bro. So basically, what a podcast is just me and you having a conversation with words.
Right.
But these words are so powerful to the people who are listening to because these words could actually inspire someone or they could motivate someone or just give them guidance through whatever journey they're going through, bro. So that's what's like, okay, I want to start this podcast. And that's a whole like prophetic thing, bro. Like the whole prophetic thing is means speaking out the future accurately, bro.
Right.
So you have the power in your mouths to speak prophetically over someone, even if someone's going through some drastic moments in their life. Through these words right now, they could be driving and be like, "Oh, I was there too," and he's here and he's happy and he has his whole life going on. I think words are really powerful, bro, and that's what I was just like, let's do this podcasting, bro.
Right
Let's
on,
do it.
right on. I think that you're exactly right. I fit right in. That kind of moved me when you mentioned something about when how powerful words are to somebody. It doesn't even. It could be you can be impacting somebody that has is not even at an arm's reach to you.
Correct.
When it's a lot of the times is we want to influence the people that are around us, the people that
Yeah.
are looking at us every day. We want to stand out for them. But sometimes it's great how everything kind of comes together when you're listening to a podcast. You could be listening from miles and miles away and
Yeah.
still be impacted by somebody's words,
Yeah.
by just the way they carry a conversation. Or sometimes I've gone to multiple seminars myself, being part of the barber industry, and there's a lot of things that a lot of barbers, when they're out up there on stage, what they do is that they always end off with like a powerful statement,
Yeah.
and they hope that they carry that statement, and that's what you mainly end up talking about,
Yeah.
like, man, that was so, I could relate to him so much now, or like, I follow him so much that even him saying that, made the decision that got me to where I'm at today.
Yeah.
So I think that's great. There's a lot of things, a lot of podcasts out there, but you may not be attracted to all of them. You're gonna
Mm-hmm.
find the ones that So, what exactly gets you to like to depending on your mood is the type of podcast that you look forward to, or I mean, because there's multiple ways of getting a hold of podcasts.
Yeah.
Like you could see, you like just to listen. Do you like to see the ones that where you could see the actual reaction and stuff like that? Or how do you decide what podcast to pop in?
Okay, so your YouTube algorithm, bro, already like if you search up certain stuff, the next day it already pops out a list of like suggested podcasts. But what I do is I just listen to like um I balance it out throughout the week. Like I want to listen to a pop culture podcast, so I'll listen to like George Yanko or like someone that has like a rapper. You know, like right now I was watching Shay Shay when he did the whole podcast with Cat Williams and stuff. So
Yeah,
that one was really
I saw
interesting.
that
You
I saw
saw
that
him?
one too. Yeah, they keep it really, really,
Really
really
weird.
interesting. I like
Yeah.
how Shay, like Shay is a really good example because he almost knows the person that they're interviewing. He knows like pointers of
Yeah.
what to ask because this is not the first time these guests that are coming on his
Yeah,
podcast. They're
correct.
not the first time they're getting interviewed.
Mm-hmm.
But he tries to fill in every question that nobody else or had the balls to ask.
Yeah, yeah, correct,
And I
correct.
think that's great. Because there's a lot of podcasts that you're waiting and waiting for the punchline, and the punchline never comes.
There it comes through. Yeah,
You know?
yeah. So that's how I balance it out. And then like another day, I want to listen to business. So I have like someone named Alex Hormozy, right? Emaile, Albert Perciado. I listen to all these people. So it depending like, oh, today I want to listen to self development and marriage, or so I know who to go to, bro. Like
Yeah.
Jay Shetty, you know. There's a lot of people that I follow that. Like and I always tell people like podcasts, bro. Like name a barber you would like to be mentored by. Let's name one that everyone knows. Los Cut It, right?
Right.
You would love to be mentored by him, right?
Right.
If you go and you tell him, bro, can you mentor me for a month? He'll be like, yeah, that's 20,000. We don't got that type of money, right? But I tell people, I get my mentors for free on YouTube.
Yeah.
I just listen to them every day. I listen to all their episodes every day, and you're getting mentored for free, bro. So podcasts, I heard this thing. Podcasts and books are mentors, bro. You want to get mentored by like me, Patrick McDavid, right? I want to get mentored, but I wish I could pay a one-on-one class. I don't got that type of bread. Let me just go buy his book and read it, and I feel like he's talking to me, bro.
Yeah.
So I think that's the power of like pocket. But that's how I balance it out: health, wealth, love, happiness, spirituality. Always those 5 things, and that's how I balance out my pockets. Like, all right, today I'm gonna listen to this. Today I'm gonna listen to that. Sometimes I'm not in the mood, bro. I literally just drive with no music or
Dope,
nothing.
dope, dope.
just chill
Yeah,
out.
I like to, the way I kind of do it is I don't listen to podcasts all the time, but the times that I do listen to is because either I hear something buzzing online or something that's people are talking about it, or it was a big buzz a month
Yeah,
ago, and then
yeah.
finally now there's an interview, and let's see what really happened behind the scenes and all that
Correct.
stuff. But I like to listen to a lot of the I look forward to a lot of the Kanye West type
those
of
type.
interviews that
It
are
was
just
like, it was Drink Champs, huh?
yeah, like
That
Drink
was that.
Champs is just like
was cool.
really, really raw. Like all the info that he gives out is just impactful, And it's like,
Yeah.
man, somebody could be, thrown on the floor and dragged and still seems to with one episode just come back and redeem himself every
Yeah.
single time. And that's motivating. That's motivating for me because we all go through our, ups and downs in life. And there's rough times and there's rougher times where you just gotta find it within you just to come back and prove everybody wrong that you're able to redeem yourself.
And you could
all
do
the
that
time,
through a conversation.
Yeah, and
You just
and you
record
do that
it and you post
exactly.
it.
You record it, you post it, and you kind of get the audience to see. So coming towards this, back to kind of how did this start? How did the whole thing get going for yourself? There was one time where I kind of had that and thought like, you know what, I want to be part of a podcast or do my own podcast.
And what stopped you? Like,
I think just getting everything ready, getting everything to, even getting a location. I just wanted, I wanted to start, but I didn't know where do I start? Do I buy the
Yeah.
equipment first? Do I actually have to get a location for it? Because there's a lot of people that just sit out in a park bench every single episode
Yeah.
and they'll just do it there. They don't have to rent a space like that,
Correct.
And there's just different things that I'm like, well, what do I want it to be? And honestly, when I'm lost like that, I just turn to God and I'm just
Yeah.
like, Lord, just take over and the time will come. And like you said, I just kind of been waiting on it. And, you hit me with that. And I was like, yo, that's crazy. I've done interviews before. They've interviewed me before,
Yeah.
but never actually in a recording setting like we're doing now. And, when you brought that idea, I was like, that's God's timing. Now is
Exactly.
the
Yeah.
time. So I feel like every time I come here, every time you hit me up, I just feel like it's right. It's
Yeah.
it's like, you know what? It's out of God's mighty power.
Correct.
We're getting together because before this, like, keeping it 100, like I barely even know Diego.
Yeah.
I don't know Diego's last name. I just know he works at GT Cuts. He's a great barber. He has a lot of mentorship power and a lot of, power behind his words that, he does his own classes and stuff like that. So I really look up to a lot of the work that he puts out
Yeah.
and things like that. That's kind of what I know you part of.
Yeah.
I don't know too much about you, but that's why we're here, to conversate,
Yeah.
to get to know
Correct.
each other a lot more than just, oh, he's a great barber. People know him in the industry and that's it. Like
Yeah.
I also, my major interest is I see that you're really driven into impacting people's life. Like you want to drill in them and be like,
Yeah.
hey, look, like this is what I have to say about this, or like, drench me, drench
Yeah.
all my information up because I want
Correct.
everybody to win. That's the
Yeah.
type of
Yeah.
vibe I
Yeah.
get from you. So that's why I'm always pleased and happy to be here, bro.
Yeah.
Happy to
That's
be here and
dope.
be part of your team and being a host, as well with you on this dream that you got going. And I hope that, I continue to learn a few other things, that you're going, because this is like a journey, we're
Yeah.
just enjoying this journey until, we get on to the next step.
Yeah, and I feel like you could always learn from someone, bro. And like I could learn from you, you could learn from me. I heard this thing: no one's brain is so capable of containing all the wisdom, bro. Like I have wisdom that you don't have, but you have wisdom that I don't have. And when you start seeing the world like that, you start seeing it more like let's collaborate, bro. But it's funny story because I was talking to my cuñado today, and in the morning we had some difficulties, bro. So we went to Target, we went to go get some stuff. But I was talking to my mom yesterday, and I was telling my mom like, I strategically chose certain people to work with, bro. Like
Yeah.
it's not like you said, like I barely even knew KO, but what I would know about KO is that he'll be at these events, and it's funny because I've been using this term, bro. I call it marketing genius.
Yeah.
Like you're a marketing genius, bro. You're a marketing genius, bro. Your beard is part of your image. Like the last show that we went, bro, you were wearing this crazy fit, bro. Literally, when I saw you, I was like, this was a marketing genius. Like, he's just so smart, bro. And I saw you in the mic. I would see you how you talk on the mic, how you get the vibe going. I was like, I need this guy.
Yeah.
Easy. I was just like, I need this guy right here on my podcast, you know? So it's like, I strategically chose you too, you know? So it's like,
That's crazy. Is well, that's so impactful for me. I appreciate, sharing that, to the audience and to myself, hearing it directly from you. I do, I thank you for that. And I think it's like, you know what? I've heard this before, bro.
oh,
Like,
yeah?
it's crazy because I've heard this. I hear
Uh,
this. I get told this a lot. Even some people that just walk in the barber shop, just the way it kind of carries how, I take people in, or like I help out people that come in as walk-ins
Yeah.
or whatnot. They just feel so impacted by my character, and they're like, wow, bro, like, you know what, like, I like the hospitality that you
Yeah.
gave me and all that. And there's different teams that I've been part of, same way with like Jay, from Presidential. He, we started when we went to school and stuff like that. He said that, he's hand selected.
Yeah, he selected you.
He hand selected me to say, hey, you know what, I need this guy to be part of my team.
Yeah.
And everything that we've done has worked out great. We've had our ups and downs and things like that. But working with different people, it's hard sometimes to always be on the same page. But talking it out and making things work,
Yeah.
never really had a problem. Everything is just straightforward, as clear as water. Let's keep moving forward. This is the goal. Let's get to it.
Yeah.
But that all that, it means a lot to me. It means that I'm doing something right that people are seeing.
Yeah.
So
I
people
think,
are looking at
I
that.
think it comes down to just being real, bro. You're just
Yeah.
real. You're just yourself. You're not
Yeah.
trying to uphold a certain persona or trying to uphold a certain image. Like, oh, like you, I see, bro. Everywhere I see you, you're fresh, bro. You have this like, you have this drip, bro. That you just. I think I saw you at what was it? At Dia de los Muertos, Colores. It's like you're always having this, but you're just being you, bro. It's
Yeah.
not. I just I don't imagine yourself waking up. You're like, oh, today I'm gonna make an impression. I'm gonna work. Now you're just like, I like these shoes. Let me put them on. It goes like that's how I see it.
Yeah.
So at the end, it comes down to being real, and it's something I was speaking to you on the phone last time. Like you could feel the energy, bro, of someone that's being real, bro.
Yeah.
You could really feel it, and then when you're real, bro, people you're gonna attract certain people. People are gonna want to work with you, bro. So at the end of the day, it comes down to just being yourself, bro. You know.
Yeah, that's what I try to do. I just really try to, give a positive impact, a more inviting, like show more of an inviting character opposed to like, like I can't really approach him because he's not so inviting. And that comes from trying to fit in a lot of the times, when I can just be myself and attract all those people to want to fit
Yeah.
in with me. Like I a lot of the times that's where I was going wrong is that,
You're trying to fit in.
I was trying to fit in. I was be like, oh, this person's wearing, dope gear, designer gear and all this stuff. I want to go get some designer gear and wear it when they wear it, and that kind of never worked for me. That never worked for me. It made me feel not like myself. I was too timid. I was shy, and I not talking or nothing like that when we would be part of those events. Then I was like, you know what? I need to build my own audience. I need to build my own persona and just let myself be me. I've always been fresh. I've been fresh since high school. I'm the type of people that used to like to clean their shoes every night before going to school, Clean my shoes, have my fit ready, wake up, shower, get ready, and go. I already knew what I was gonna wear. It was never like, I would cut my hair, I'd get designs, designs on my hair. People would ask me, like, I like when people would want to come up to me and ask me, hey, who cuts your hair? Who does this? Or like, how did you put this together, bro? And I can just mentor them and tell them, hey, I put this together to a point where I'm like, I'm making my own stuff. I'm making my own clothes. I get a piece of this and a piece of that, sew it together, put it on some jeans, and make that organic.
Yeah.
Something that you can't really find anywhere else.
You
So
can't
that
replicate it.
Yeah, you can't replicate it. People would just look for me and be like, hey, I got a pair of jeans. Can you do them like yours? And then we would do it like that. So that's what I knew, that I always had it in me to show that originality, but I didn't know how impactful it was going to be until I started being part of the Barber gang and stuff like that. Because even going to these 9-to-5 jobs, I get a lot of compliments on how I used to wear, and I used to think, well, I just match things together properly. Like this color goes with this color, and I feel like this color makes this other color stand out. Where there's always new fresh kicks, and the outfit's fresh. I just thought, I was always going based off shoes to make my outfit.
That's dope.
That's something that I learned, and I just kind of moved from that. But yeah, like staying positive and making sure, like, being impactful. When you started this, when you reached out to me, I just thought, okay, well, we're gonna get interviewed. I've done an interview before and all like that. But then when you actually called me on the side and were like, hey, bro, look, I have this idea and this is kind of what I want to do. Like, what do you think? And I'm just like, well, you're the mastermind behind this, bro. Like, you're asking me, but because you saw that in me, like, hey, bro, you know what? I want you to share your thoughts with me too. I want you to tell me, like, what do you think would work and what do you think won't work? And obviously you see those qualities in me to where you're like, okay, you know what? I tell you what I feel would be more original.
Yeah.
I sometimes you need that reassurance from somebody that, you probably like the way that they carry out. Yeah. So you need that reassurance. So that made you feel even more secure to be like, you know what? I got somebody good on my team, so let's rock. Let's just talk about it. Let's get the people to sit down here and look. Let's line up these dates. Is there anybody that you want to go ahead and interview? So we can talk about it.
Yeah.
And we do. And I think the way that is arising has been working out. It's just the communication's there, and the ideas and just the little. The itch to just want to come and record almost every day, I'm like, hey, bro, like I left that day and I wanted to come the next morning, bro. So hey, that was dope.
I was like to Genialo in the morning, like one of the reasons I chose you too is because a lot of people, bro, they just talk about doing things and they never do things. But then I had obviously since the Colores battle and all the Colores classes you were doing, and I did classes and I was like, I know the amount of work it takes to do these things.
Yeah.
And I know KO has done it. So he's put in the effort, he's put in the work. So if I throw him this idea, he's most likely to be like, let's take action. Let's
Yeah.
do it. And I was gonna hit you up, bro, way before. Like, I got the studio January, bro. And I was like, let me hit up KO. But I'm like, I don't even have the cameras. I don't even have the microphones. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna wait until I have everything. But I already knew, like, I already had told McNeil, hey, next week we're gonna go buy cameras. And then so once I got everything and once I hit you up, bro, it's like I'm pitching you this idea, but I already have everything. But I'm pretty sure you were probably like, oh, he doesn't have this, he's missing this or that. And I just like, nah, I want to have everything ready for when I pitch it to him. He's ready. Like, oh damn, like, well, he got the whole place and he got the
Yeah,
the
yeah, and it was
couches
impactful, bro. Like
Uh-huh.
honestly, you know, even from a lot of you guys don't know, but when we filmed the first episode, I just kind of drove up, and before I knew it, like it was raining that day. I drove up, and I was ready to get out the car, and Diego was already on my window outside, like he has an umbrella ready for me and everything. And I'm just like, yo, okay, that's the
Yeah.
type of impact we're doing. Let's do it.
Uh-huh.
Let's walk. We walked in here, didn't get wet, nothing. Came in here, and he's like, "You ready?" And I'm just like, "Oh shit, it's real! Like everything's here: the
Yeah.
cameras, the lights, the banner, the furniture. Let's do it." It's
Yeah.
just like, "Oh, I just gotta throw these on and let's just talk."
Yeah.
All right, cool, let's do it. And it worked. And,
Yeah,
it worked. It made me feel right. It felt like everything was, you know, like God wanted it to play out,
Mhm.
and it's been working out.
Yeah, and I want to share a little bit of the story of the studio, bro, because I know this episode's gonna drop later, and we'll probably do that announcement later. But so the the day before I come and sign the lease, bro, and get the keys, um my wife, she's like, I don't feel good, like I miss my period and all this stuff, and I'm like, damn. So the day before, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go buy you a pregnancy test. Like, well, you don't feel good and all that. So I go buy it, bro, and then we come, boom, positive. Yeah, and then I'm just like,
Wow.
but this is the craziest thing because the next day I'm about to sign the lease, and I'm like, I don't think I should sign it because I have a whole baby on the way. I don't think it's the right thing. But that's when I like you just get this reassurance from God, bro. And he's like, I got you. As long as you put in the work, you know. Like I spoke to people before that, and they're like, bro, a kid is just gonna make your life. If you're responsible, you're gonna be more responsible.
Yeah.
If you're focused, you're gonna be more focused, more disciplined. But it was scary, bro, because I literally when I signed the lease, I went home like, I'm gonna call a homie and tell him, nah, I don't need this lease, bro. Like this podcast thing could wait
Yeah.
because of the whole baby thing. But yeah, it was scary, bro. It was really scary. But I was just like, let's do it. We're already here. We already bought everything.
Yeah,
So we
that's
just
that's
went through
that's
it.
so impactful. That's so original, and I'm happy for you. I feel like,
Thank you, bro.
see, it's amazing how God works. Is this like your first kid?
Yeah, my first kid.
Oh man,
I just
you're
got
in-
married. I just got married.
Yeah, because you just got married and
That's
stuff.
last
I
year
saw that.
in August.
I think, wow, bro, this is so awesome. It's just like everything's aligning for you.
That's what I'm
now.
telling you. Like
And as
everything aligned
I'm
crazy.
sure that you've asked God to want to be a father and stuff like that, and like you asked him for the podcast to work out and all that, and everything is just kind of going its way. And when you're following that light, it's just more success and
Yeah.
more success. But
But it's scary. Like
it's scary. It
you start
is. It
thinking
is,
a lot
brother.
of
You know,
things,
you right now, I have two kids.
Oh, you
right?
have two?
So I have two boys. They're healthy. They're blessed. I'm blessed. Our
Yeah.
family's blessed. And they really, really look up to me. And it's a different type of love, bro. It's probably like the gap. That baby, everything goes good with the glory to God, and
Yeah.
everything goes great. That baby's gonna fill in that gap that you probably
Damn.
feel that you're just like, man, I need to. I'm so happy that this is my biggest happiness right now. It's gonna be a happiness that you have no idea. I know you love your wife and you love your mom, and
Yeah.
but loving your kids and the way that they love you back is just
Oh
so
my
it's
God.
amazing, bro. It's a beautiful feeling that it's unexplainable. It just pours out at you, and it pours out at you, and it puts you on your toes. It tests you, and God wouldn't give you this gift if he didn't know that you were ready. He lets you get
That's
it,
deep.
and I think you're ready, bro. Like you're
Yeah.
gonna be a great father because you're a great example. You're a great leader. You know, a lot of people I'm sure look up to you at your barbershop, you know, and you know, you have packed classes when you do
Yeah.
classes, and it's just you being a, you know, full of wisdom and wanting to share that.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what you're gonna do for your kids, you know,
Yeah.
boy or girl, you know,
Yeah.
what do you want? What do you want it to be?
I
What,
tell people I don't really mind, bro, but I feel like the girl's gonna crush me, bro. If I get a girl, it's gonna be like,
yeah.
yeah, it's
I
gonna.
feel like a
it's
lot of
gonna
dads
crush
that
me,
have a
bro.
girl think like that. My brother has 3 girls, so he's there. You know, he's a
Yeah.
girl dad. You know, but I think girl dads are great. You see, Kobe's a girl dad.
Oh, yeah,
you know, he's a
yeah.
great girl
I
dad.
don't really mind it, bro. I
You
just
know?
I'm excited though.
Yeah.
Like I'm excited. Like
I'm
I
glad
don't-
you are.
yeah.
I see the glow now. Now I feel like you letting it go and letting me know and like letting it let everybody know.
Yeah.
It's like a big weight off your shoulders. You
Yeah,
know,
correct.
that it is so impactful that you're just like
You know, in the beginning, you don't want to tell anybody because well, there's a lot of things that could happen.
Yeah.
Well, yesterday actually we went to the first ultrasound.
Okay.
That was trippy, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm like I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry.
And then it just happened.
And then I'm just right there sitting down, and then the lady like doing the ultrasound, and I didn't want to see, but now I'm like, damn, the baby's right there, bro. It
really
was scary. And then she's like, you ready to hear the heartbeat? That's the thing that got me
Yeah.
like you just hear the heart, do, 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 and I was like, oh my, like I feel like it was real, but until that moment, it became real to me.
Like it's
oh,
real life.
yeah, it's a real life inside of there, bro.
Yeah.
So that was awesome, bro. It's like I was just like holding it in a lot to certain people because I also believe, like I told you, like words have power, bro. Not everyone wishes the best for you.
Yeah.
Some people you might tell them that they're like, they might say some dumb stuff, bro.
Yeah.
I was just like I think, but right now we're in the stage where we already told everyone. Like, almost
Okay.
everybody knows already.
Yeah.
We just
I'm
wanted to
sure
make sure the baby was healthy, was growing good, and
that's good. Yeah. There's a lot of things to be alarmed about, you know, as, you know, kind of stepping into this fatherhood. Just for my advice, I could just tell you, just be there for your partner a lot, you know,
Yeah.
because they're going to need you. It's a different type of bond that you build when, you know, you're with somebody and you have children, and these children, you're their greatest example, you know, like boy or girl. You're the greatest example. They look up to you the most. You know, you're the role model for whatever you
Yeah.
do. They're gonna want to do.
correct.
But just be there for your
Yeah,
for your
that-
wife. You know, she's gonna need the support. It's gonna be a lot of emotional stuff that are gonna
I
come your
know.
way that you're just like, you know, let alone the cravings and the stuff.
Yeah.
The stuff that you could control them as you can.
Yeah.
But there's gonna be some things that might come your way that you can't control.
That's crazy, bro. Because that's
know?
that's what I've been learning through this journey. I like to control everything, bro. But in this new journey, God was like, "You're not in control right here. I'm in control."
Yeah.
Cause there's like cravings, headaches, and all that. Like I can't do nothing about it. I could just be there for her, bring her water, but there's nothing I could physically do to remove the pain from her or the cravings or the throw up. There's nothing I could do, bro. And it's really interesting because last year, bro, I got to a relationship with God where I told God, I don't want to pray for things anymore. I don't tell God anymore, God, give me more money. God, open this door for me. Last year, bro, and I was talking to my wife, my mom, all I prayed for last year, bro, was one thing, wisdom. I'm like, God, give me wisdom to know how to behave for when the opportunity comes, I know what to do. God, give me wisdom to speak the correct words to the correct people for I could open up the door. So I pray for wisdom, bro. The beginning of this year, bro, I always find the word and I'm like, I need to be more patient. So at the beginning of the year, bro, I'm like, God, make me more patient. That's all I want. I just want to be patient. I just want to be patient. Boom, bro, the baby comes. Well, obviously he's not born, but like we find out she's born. Bro, I feel like God's been testing my patience right now. Like, but it's been working.
Yeah,
It's
it
been
works
working.
because you do need a lot of patience with kids and, you know, dealing with, because I always tell my girl, you know, when we're together, we're a team. You know, when we got together, we're a team. We have our children because our kids will they'll test us. They'll try to play us. They'll be like, you know, well, mommy said no, but I know my dad's gonna say yeah. Let me go tell my dad. Then I say yeah. Then now I gotta feel with my girl.
Yeah.
You know, and they put us to that. You know, but I always try to remind her and tell her, hey, you know, we are the leaders of this team.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get on the same page, and everything else will fall in together.
Damn.
And
That's
that has helped us. That has helped us, for us to stay in unity, just because they're still looking at the way we react to things.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this is going to be a great journey for you. I think you have, all that, that wisdom, and that, God is testing your patience. You need a lot of patience, because there'll be things that all you need is patience, bro.
Yeah.
There'll be things that are going to be coming your way that you learn patience. I learned
Yeah.
patience a lot. I learned patience through my kids. I learned patience through a whole bunch of things.
Yeah,
That,
like your
life,
career,
life
everything.
experience. Yeah, you just have to be really, really patient. I get reminded a lot, like, I don't know how you do it, and you have so much patience, and you're just
Mm-hmm.
so calm. When everything's a mess, and you know how to handle it. You get down on your knees and you talk to the kids, and
Yeah.
everything is just, they listen to you. I don't know how you get to do that, and I'm over here screaming across the room and stuff, and it's just like, I just, God bless me with that.
Yeah.
I'm able to be patient and, analyze the situation, dissect it, and tackle it,
Yeah, correct.
and get the best out of it. And what are we going to do? I'm always looking for solutions, because the problems are going to come. It's just matters of how you bounce back, or what solutions you have to those
Mm-hmm.
problems, but I'm excited for you, man.
Yeah.
I think this is great. This is going to be a big impact, for your barber career. Now
Yeah.
you can, as now you make, right, because right now you go in and out the shop, whatever, now
Yeah.
you're gonna make time for the shop. Now you're gonna make time for the family, for the kids,
Yeah.
as they're growing up, because you're gonna go through the cycle of, like, their first time to everything.
Yeah, I noticed, bro, that a lot of like I saw a lot of women at the clinics and they go by themselves,
Yeah,
and I was like, damn, that sucks. And I don't want to do that. I want to be every day with my wife, like every clinic checkup, every wherever she has to do. I just want to be there, and I'm just thankful to God that I have this job. I already built the clientele, bro, that I could modify my schedule. I don't modify my schedule a lot. I kind of like by the beginning of the month, I already know what days I'm taking off. So I already know like the 24th we're going to the clinic again, and the 30th, boom, I book them out. I block those dates, and now they could go and book the whole rest of the month.
yeah,
But I'm already like strategically, on purpose, wanting to spend that time with my wife. We're like, okay, you gotta go to the clinic, I'll take you.
yeah.
Okay, we're gonna do this checkup. Okay, I'll take you. So yeah, I'm already like adapting to that, to this new
Yeah, I think,
season.
the scheduling with, when you're a father and you're barbering and stuff, um having the ability to block out your schedule whenever you want to,
Yeah.
because you need to be there for your family, is really, really
Mm-hmm.
important. Because I hear a lot about, hey, work hard, play harder, and, always be at the shop and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But guess what? Like, your kid is not gonna sing at that assembly at school every
Yeah.
year. Your kid is
Correct.
not gonna, you know, have his first swing of the bat at a baseball game every Saturday or
Yeah.
Sunday. They're not. It's only gonna happen once.
You
And
gotta
that
be there.
one time, if you don't make it out there, then it becomes a habit. Oh, I didn't. I missed the first time.
Yeah.
I could miss the second time.
Yeah.
I could miss the third time. But what matters, it's all about what matters to you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that they just love money. They're just like, you know what? I'm gonna go get the money. I'm gonna go get the money. I feel like some of us as fathers, we kind of build the bond with our family that's just like, you know what? When I die, the most impactful people that are gonna be impacted is my family.
Yeah.
Not a dollar bill,
Mm-mm.
not anything that I made, and all that's not gonna go with me.
Yeah.
And yeah, the family could stay with it and all that, but the memories is what matters the most.
Yeah.
The memories is what matters the most, because I feel like you carry that, and there's no price that you could put on that. And if you're gonna, like now being a father, it's like, how do you make it out to these things? And I see, a lot of people when they see me from the industry, that's the first thing they tell me.
How you
They're
have
like,
time
"Man,
for all this stuff?
how do you have time for this?" I'm like, man, I think you're a great father. I think you're a great father of the things that you do. I always see you post your kids, and you guys are always having fun. You guys should do YouTube videos together and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
that's really impactful for me, because that's something I've really been trying. Like, anybody could get good at doing perfect fades and the best designs and the greatest hair colors. But how are you as a father
Yeah,
is
yeah,
what it
yeah.
really is more impactful for me. And when people tell me that, it feeds my soul to be like, hey, you know what, you're doing a great job at what you
Yeah.
actually wanted to do a great job at.
Yeah,
You know,
correct.
and that's something that where you find the balance with all that. I think that that's great that you're in this industry that lets you have control of your schedule.
Yeah. Did you see the class that I threw? It was called More Than Barbering? Bro, that class, More Than Barbering, I didn't even teach how to cut hair, bro.
You were just talking.
I was just talking.
Yeah, that's
I
what I
told him you
figured.
have to have a vision, you have to have a mindset, like money. And I was teaching because that's what I really would like. What really matters in this whole podcast, people are gonna notice that it's more than barbering, bro.
Yeah.
If you really want to be fulfilled at at the end of your life, it has to be more than barber. You just can't be cutting hair every day, bro. You gotta spend time with your kids, spend time with your family, spend time with your dad, you know, with your mom. Like these are the things that are actually gonna bring fulfillment to us. And then the next day you go to the shop, you're even better, bro.
Yeah.
Because you already, oh, I spent time with my mom. I just saw my dad yesterday. You feed off that energy. The next day you're better at the shop. You're having a good day, you know. But if you're not doing these things, you're depressed at the shop, or you're having the roughest day at the shop because you know you haven't spent time with certain people.
Yeah.
So at the end, it's more than barbering, bro. And that's what I want to share. That like ultimately the whole purpose of this podcast, bro, is to share to barbers that is more than barber. There's so much more out there, bro. And
Yeah.
sometimes we're missing out on it, bro.
Yeah. Some of us are just too busy trying to have our schedule booked out the whole week,
Yeah.
and it's good, it's great, like that's really impactful, but it goes back to what you want. What are your desires? What makes you happy? What does love mean to you? What all in one sense gets you, whatever that gets you going, that gets your heart moving, and makes your soul happy, is completely way better than, I feel like, having all the money in the world
Yeah.
and being unhappy. A lot of these people that are so successful and they're always behind cameras and all that, they're so miserable in their real life
Yeah.
behind the cameras. And later on it comes out that they admit that they
They were going
wish,
through depression or something.
yeah, that they were going through depression, and they're behind all these pills, just to make them forget about the actual
All the
real
vices, huh?
world. Yeah, all the
Yeah.
vices. So that's truth. That's really, really a good thing that's coming your way, bro.
Yeah.
That's really something magical that's happening right now for you guys, and it's so impactful how there's a lot of people that want kids and can't have them.
Mm.
Like there's
Yeah.
a lot of people that want kids that can't have them, and that's very difficult for families that are going through that.
Yeah.
That they're getting shots, and taking extra supplements, to be extra fertile, and all this stuff.
Yeah.
That's you really don't know how big of a blessing
Yeah, it's
it's
a blessing.
upon you until you actually start seeing the amount of people that can't get the blessing that's upon
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I heard this saying that says the right people are having few kids and the wrong people are having more kids.
Yeah.
So it's like the people who really want it, they can have it.
Yeah.
And the people who like they don't care, they have like 5, 6, 7, bro.
Yeah.
And it's not good. But for me, bro, I think like I'm a strong believer in God, right? But sometimes our faith, like it goes up, it goes down, right? But when like once we found out she was pregnant, we started looking at YouTube videos and how the baby is formed. And week 1, week 4, the baby's like a seed, like super small. And then
Yeah.
I was just like, bro, this is something divine, bro. This can't be like if you didn't believe in God, once you have a kid, you're just like, this has to be something divine from
Yeah.
upstairs, bro. It just is not science. It's not obviously there's science and all that, but it's just something magical, bro, that's going inside there, inside the womb, bro.
Yeah, and as you get it to see it growing bigger and bigger, and there's an app you download and you're
Yeah.
following it through and all that, and all of that stuff. You learn that for the first baby that you have, you're super alarmed and you're super anxious to know all these things, and and then if you get blessed with another blessing, it's just almost like the route, and you follow it through and stuff. And because I'm like you, like I didn't want to miss no baby doctor appointment with
Yeah.
um my girl and the babies and stuff like that, even to when they were born, and after we had to take them to the doctor their first visit. I wanted to
Yeah,
be part
huh.
of all that. But then you learn how to balance, and you figure
Mm-hmm.
out like, okay, now you get to go on your own, because I have to take care of all these other things.
Yeah.
And that's when you
Yeah.
start sorting things out in that way. But when it's the first time, you want to be there
Every day.
every single thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is like join the journey and taking care of all of what you need to take care of, as it makes you feel more of a father
Yeah.
to be there than to not be there.
Mm-hmm.
And
Correct.
in that sense, it just helps you. It helps you, build that bond already. Even the baby's inside of her. A lot of things that I used to like, I would talk to him, and
Mm-hmm.
just because they could hear it through the belly.
That's someone
After
was
a while,
telling
like
me.
you could play music for them, and you just talk to them, and they'll kick more, and they'll move more, and they'll start getting to know your voice, because
Damn.
they'll start feeling your voice. Like they'll know when it's dad. They'll
Yeah.
know because it's the voice that they keep hearing, even though they may just hear like murmurs and stuff like
Uh-huh.
that. It's just a connection, and that's how you just feel like it's God's really connecting me with my kid, and my kid's not even born yet.
Yeah.
But it's really
You think
moving.
like my wife's 3 months right now, but like if you
Yeah,
think
I
the
mean,
baby's already
if it has a heart, right? You heard the heartbeat,
yeah.
and like look when I can tell by you expressing yourself and what that made you feel. That's what the baby made you feel, and it's not even
You're
born
never
yet.
born yet.
And it made
Damn.
and it got to your heart. It got you to feel that great feeling of,
Correct.
I'm really gonna be a dad,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the attachment that is developing for you. That, I think, if the baby can do that to you, you can definitely, use
Talk
that,
to it. You
talk
can
to it,
feel it.
and they could start knowing who you are and stuff like that, just like the mom, like it's in her,
Yeah.
it's already getting fed by her and all that stuff. So that's really, really impactful. I think that stuff right there is really gonna put all your podcasts that you've listened to into play. All the
Mm-hmm.
experiences of reading all these books is really,
Yeah.
all that's gonna really
Correct.
come to play. All that wisdom that God has granted you with, all that's gonna come to play, and it'll be just perfect for you, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll be just
God willing.
perfect for you. You wanted to be a barber, or what? If it's a boy, you want to teach him the ways to cutting hair, or how you feel about that? You just kind of gotta allow it for the
Yeah.
baby to just kind of be whatever they want to be,
Yeah.
and
I
if they
think I'll
follow
take
the
it.
lines.
Yeah, I'll take it step by step. Let them see what they like, what they don't like. But yeah, ultimately, for sure, there's certain things that I want them to do, like play sports, play an instrument, um, study, read. Like those are the things that have helped me, and I think they'll help them too growing up.
So you'll be a dad at what age, bro?
I'm 26 right now, so
So
damn.
it'll be born before your
Damn.
birthday or
No, bro,
after
my
your
birthday's
birthday?
September 4th and is projected to be born September 20th.
Oh,
So
see,
like
it's gonna be like sharing birthdays
it's like my
almost.
birthday gift. Well, when I got married, bro, it was also my birthday gift.
Oh,
Yeah, like it was a
nice,
gift to myself. Like, all right, I'll get married 2 weeks before my birthday as a
nice.
gift to myself. Now I didn't plan the baby like this, but now it's landing on my birthday, so I was like,
Oh yeah, that's
it'll be
good.
another birthday present for me.
That's good. That's good, man. That's pretty. That's a good age, to
Mm-hmm.
become. I think I was, my son's 8 right now,
Okay.
so that's when I became a dad 8 years ago, bro. What was that?
Damn.
2016.
How old were you right there?
I was 20. What was it? 23, I think.
23. Oh, damn.
I
You're
think I was
young.
23. Yeah.
That's kind of young for me. Like,
Yeah.
I,
Okay, so I know you mentioned education means a lot to you,
yeah,
and in anything that you got yourself in, you always like to educate yourself and get familiar with the craft, or if there's anything that you want that you could be part of in regards to education. What are some of the classes that you've taken in the past, as far as for this industry, for barbering? Uh, what are some of the classes that you recommend, and some of the classes that you've taken that you're like, what, I felt like this is a really good class that you
yeah.
should invest yourself or your money into for the better of your career. Can you share a little bit with us of, some of the classes first, some of the classes that you've taken with the people you've taken, and a few pointers on what these classes have helped you, reach.
Yeah. So the the first class I took, bro, was with Poppy Blends.
Okay.
I flew all the way to Florida.
Oh,
It was more like a vacation too, but I was like, it was my birthday again, so I'm like, okay, if I'm going to Miami, might as well go for that class right on my birthday, bro, Labor Day. So that's where he taught us how to do color, creative color, how to do the photos. He did two models, one model with like a buzz hair, and the other model was like medium sized hair, and he bleached it and right there, and he did the whole creative thing. That was the
so
first class I took.
what Puppy Blends? When you went to that class, what year was that?
I think that was 2022, bro, or 2020,
2022, 2021. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So was this one of the first color classes that you've kind of been
Yeah.
attended to? All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
So and I know Papi Blends too. We got him for Colores tour. He was one of
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
judges.
yeah,
So
yeah.
shout out Papi Blends.
So
for
what was
coming
that class
through.
that you did?
We did that. That was August 2022.
Okay, so look, I see him in August, right there. I asked him, "Hey, bro, you having the class in September? What is it about? Tell me, cause I don't know how to do. I know how to do basic color, but I don't know. I don't have no idea." He's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I'll teach you that right there." So that's why I went, bro.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. See,
Yeah.
we make networking spaces so that barbers like you and myself can connect with other barbers in the industry, and that was I'm glad that
Yeah,
that
man.
came out of that,
Yeah.
because you were able to get like a upfront and personal with him and ask
Yeah.
him like, hey, what is this class gonna be about? You know what? Let me book it. I'll be over there, and it'll be great. So that class taught you content creation and
The what I mainly got from that class, bro, was I don't know if he shared it publicly, bro, but I'm like, bro, how you doing these classes? You came up so quick. And he's like, oh, this. He's like, bro, I don't even have my L. I'm like, you don't have your L. In that moment, I don't have my L too. I'm like, you're doing these classes, $400 class, bro. I come back, bro. I throw my first class, bro, my 5 week class. I'm like, if he's doing it, and he doesn't have his L yet. What's stopping me from
Yeah.
doing it? Because I felt like I needed my license, bro, to start teaching. But then I was like, I'm gonna just go for it, bro. Like, I don't I like as long as I know what I'm providing, I'm good. So after that, bro, I threw my 5 week class and yeah,
that's
it
dope.
was
That's
super
dope.
good.
You know what's crazy is that I never really felt like I needed a license to teach a class.
I know it's a bad mentality, bro. It's a bad mentality.
It's just like coming from you. I'm like, wait, like, what would you think that? What?
I don't know.
But you were probably just not. How can I tell you? Not too like focused. You just needed to see that somebody without a license was doing something, and you were just like, you know what? I need to do it.
I can
Bro.
do it
Ain't
too.
nothing stopping me.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
license is nothing. But because I've done that before. Like I'm waiting on my date to take my
Okay.
test to get my license thing too. But I already did a whole educational tour myself. We did. And I've done it multiple times. I walk up into these schools,
You
and
know
I'm
what?
just
It was
like,
more like me being afraid, bro, that someone's gonna be like, what school you went to? like, how was the test? Like, I was scared of that, but nobody even asked that question.
yeah, I know it's crazy. Just sometimes you just think that people are gonna ask you these obnoxious questions that
Yeah.
will probably throw you off, and you won't, or you don't want to have to feel the need to lie or something like that, and then
Yeah,
later
yeah,
on
yeah.
find out the truth. But nah, just be boldly honest with yourself if you want to do it, and just do it. That's kind of what I did.
Correct.
I was like doing the color classes as well. I started off doing them at schools, and I would post them, and it would come out, and people would want to bring me to their barbershop and be like, hey, can you teach my barbershop? Or it'd be like, hey, can you teach like two of us that we're interested? And then I would talk them into like, hey, if you get me 15 people to attend, I won't charge you.
Hey, you were
for
doing
your
it
class,
free too, huh?
I
You
was
did
doing
some
it.
free?
Yeah, I did a lot of. I think 4 of the stops were free, and then the rest was just. I think it was $20 at the entrance. You just get in there, get a few tips. It would be a little bit of a hands-on and everything as well. Have people participate from the crowd. People that I would see were embedded in the class. I would tell them to come up and participate as well on the models. But going into that class of Poppy Blends, when you got there, like how excited were you of the knowledge? I'm sure it was banging because you see the type of work that he does, and you're just like, man, I wonder what I'm gonna pick up off of
Yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah. I
Did
picked up
did,
a lot of stuff.
so did that class live up to your expectations? When you went to it, how was it? How was it
I
for you?
did. It did live to my expectations. Like when it came to like learning how to apply the color, how to get creative, what colors to use, what brands to use, what brush to use.
Yeah.
That little basic like nuances that sometimes people don't want to tell you. You know, they want to gatekeep that brush.
Yeah.
And he'll be like, bro, this brush is $3 at Target. Look, search it up. Bro, this is Pole Bright. Here, look, use Pole Bright. Like he was just giving you all the gems. Bro, I have his PowerPoint. He gave it to me.
Nice.
So that's why I enjoyed the class, bro. Um, the people in there too was cool. I made some connection, bro. To tell you, I'm at a point in my life, bro, right now where if I go to a class, bro, I go to learn, but I'm not going to learn, bro. I'm going to see the person next to me, like, hey, bro, what's your name? Oh, okay, follow me, bro. And some of these people now, when they're like, I already send them a DM, like, bro, I got this podcast going on. They see it. They see that we're already recording it. Like, bro, once I touch down to LA, I'm there, bro. I'm there. So I'm like, damn, bro. Like, all the way from New Jersey, all the way from Florida, all the way from the other guys from like Utah, bro. It's like,
Yeah, that's impactful.
connections.
Just people that already want to be part of something that you're just starting up just by, going to that class
I
and
met them.
networking, and, they just like your vibe right there.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I connected with this guy. Now he has his podcast going on. Let me go, sit down with him and conversate for a little bit.
Yeah.
And, get that out, because little do we know, there's people that come out here and they just want things to do. And being part of a podcast, it's a great thing to be like, you know what? I'm gonna hit that up. Once I'm out there, I'm gonna hit that up.
Because
You know,
everybody,
that's what's
everybody wants to
buzzing.
tell their story, bro.
Yeah.
Remember, I was telling you last night, when you tell stories, it's impactful. People
Yeah.
like listening to stories, bro. Like, all these books are stories, movies are stories, bro. Like, and if you could sit down and share your story, I think everyone wants to do that, bro.
That's dope.
But it was dope meeting all these people. The next class I went to, I go back to Florida for Barber Joshua P. And something about that class that nobody knows that I haven't told anybody. I go into that class, bro. I go all the way to Tampa. I'm there 5 days. When I get to the class, I see Barber Benji. You know Barber Benji? The
Yeah.
one with the mohawk?
Yeah, Barbara Bencher with the green mohawk.
I see his brother, Drastic, Bo's level 3, right? I'm like, why didn't no one tell me they're going to come teach this class too, bro? You know, so that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, damn. Bro, I see them walk in. Guess what they do? They grab a notebook and they sit down. I'm like, he's not taking this class. And turns out, bro, they were taking the same class I was taking, bro.
Whoa, that's dope.
For me, it was really humbling because these guys are already signed with level 3, traveling the world. They're here taking the same class I'm taking. And for me, it was just like impactful, bro.
Yeah, it kind
Impactful.
of humbles you down to say, like, man, like there's people out there that look like they know everything, and they don't. They're
They
also
don't.
educating themselves, and it could be too. They maybe they, what was that? Was that a scissor class?
Yeah, it was
or-
a scissor class.
So
creative
maybe
class.
maybe they just want to refresh, or they may just be new techniques that some of these these savages are out
Exactly,
there,
that's what
bro.
they say.
They
He's
just like refresh my mind,
Yeah.
and like I want to learn how to make it look simple like they
Yeah.
do. I missed this part. Let me get in this class again.
Yeah, correct. And it was really humbling because they weren't there to take over the class. They were not talking over anyone. They were not just talking. No, bro, they were just sitting down, taking notes. For me, I was just like, damn, bro. And they said that, like, I just came to learn from these young guys. He's super young and he's doing some crazy haircuts. I want to see how he gets it done. And they were there taking the class. I actually had lunch with them too. So
That's cool.
I actually have Drastic coming. Well, I told him, whenever you come over here, let's do the podcast. Like, Doodle, let's do it, bro.
I think Drastic was actually.
He was at the premiere.
He was at the premiere,
He was
huh?
at the
The guy with the
premiere.
long coat and stuff. That's the first time I met him.
Yeah,
myself.
I didn't have the whole setup, bro. But I was gonna just wing it and be like, hey, bro, pull up to the studio. But I didn't have the setup, bro.
Yeah.
So that's when, like, you have to be ready, bro, for when these opportunities come. Like, I don't know when he's gonna come back to. Yeah, like, he's from Tampa, Florida, bro.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest shows that most artists come on this side, And then the next one that they're gonna get close to this side, it
What is
would
it?
be Vegas, the Las Vegas Barber Expo. Or maybe we might have to
Oh
take the banner
yeah.
to Vegas and get a few people in the
Take
room.
a van and take the
You
whole
know,
equipment, huh?
take the equipment.
Damn.
Make something nice work
That would
over there. Would be
get a whole U-Haul.
Yeah.
Damn, that'd be some crazy. That'd be a crazy story, bro, to tell it if we do it. I have been thinking about that, like
You know,
traveling with the podcast.
I think it is very doable. I think it's very doable. I see that some of the this equipment has its own luggage, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
we just pin it. And
Correct.
it's not that far. If we make the drive out there, you fly that out, or you get someone to take your stuff and then you
Yeah.
fly out. But that's dope. I think that's gonna be a great episode because
class was
I want to
good.
know a lot more about what he has to bring to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
game. Just kind of coming from that side of the map,
Mm-hmm.
and bringing it out here. So you get into this class. You're at Josh OP class, right?
Yeah.
And you get in there. You're humbled by the audience and everyone that's there. How big is this class? About
It was like
10 students, 20
10,
students?
15 students. Bro, it's crazy how things line up, bro. Because my mom was like, "You're crazy. You're going all again for a class." And I'm just like, "Mom, I don't know what God has for me over there, but He has something for me. So I'm going to go get it." When I get there, I'm like, "Hey, whose salon is this?" They're like, "Oh, it's Chris Bossio's wife's salon." You know Chris Bossio,
Yeah,
right?
Chris
From
Bassett. Yeah,
240.
245.
I'm like, is he coming around anytime? He's like, maybe he might stop by. Sean Cut's hair is right there. The whole Tune 45 team is right there. And I'm just like, some of the people from the team are like, no way, bro. So then the third day, bro, guess who walks in that door?
Bassett.
Bossio. Like
Crazy.
a boss, bro. He walks in like a boss. And I already saw he had an accounting service, a company, right? And I'm already making good money in the barber industry, but I don't know anybody around me making this much money. I don't know how they're doing the taxes. I don't know how they're doing their bookkeeping, their accounting. I don't know any of that. So I'm like, next year, I know I'm a hit, and you go. So I need someone to guide me. And I remember I told Bossy, I'm like, "Hey, bro, I'm Diego. Bro, I'm scared, bro. This was big. He's bug. I'm Diego. I saw you have like a accounting program going on. Can you tell me a little bit more, bro?" He tells me, he breaks it down to me, bro. I'm like, bro, in January I signed up, bro. That program changed my life, bro.
Yeah.
Changed my life when it came to my money, bro. He has accountants checking in with you, your bookkeeping, your P&L sheets, your balance sheets, bro. Like, he gives me confidence to walk around. Like, the day I want to walk into a dealer, I'm going to negotiate with them. They're not going to negotiate with me because my money is right. Because they could see all these numbers that are right, bro. And it's just fun. Like I tell you, that class, obviously Barber Josh, he's really extraordinary. I learned a lot, bro, from CJ, from him. But the best thing I took from there was just meeting Basio and getting in his program, bro. And I got into his program.
And it's so impactful how you didn't even go for that.
I didn't even go for that.
You went to this class because you probably did need to learn some type of scissor work,
I did.
And all that stuff. But everything else that came from it is just like, some people may just think, yeah, you know what, $400 for this class.
No, that class was $1,500.
$1,500 for this class.
Plus the
It's just
ticket
like,
and plus the hotel.
yeah, that's a nice little,
That's like
hit.
2,200, I think I was.
That's a nice little hit to your account, and you're just like, but look at everything else that you got out of it. So at the end, it's kind of what you make out of it. Besides spending the money, it's just everything that you're gonna do to gain all that back and more.
Yeah, I never
know?
saw it as an expense. I think once you shift your perspective from I'm gonna waste this much money, to I'm gonna invest all this money, you already approach it differently, bro. You learn, you take everything in, bro, because you're not seeing it as an expense, bro. And going back to the education, like 2022, bro. I'm not lying, bro. I invest more than $15,000, almost $20,000 on classes, barber classes, traveling, business seminars. I go to like expos. Just in total, bro, it was like 20,000. But people don't know that investing that much money doubled my income, bro. How? I don't really know.
It just worked.
It just worked because it's an investment, bro.
That's
Because you
good.
come back with a different mindset. So now you're at the shop. You treat clients differently. You now, because you have this knowledge, that you're cutting the hair even on top, you're like, I could charge $10 more because my work is worth $10 more. So every time I came back from a class, guess what I did?
Raise your prices.
Raise my prices $5 every class, every class. So last year, bro, I raised my prices like 3 times, $5 every 3 months almost.
And that's the way. That's the way you have to do it because you're investing in yourself, and you got to get the most out of it.
And your
when you're
clients
doing
see
it.
that, bro. Your
Yeah.
clients see that.
That's just so impactful because when
clients
the
see it.
clients see that, they're just like, "Hey, you went and took this class and it cost you this much.
Mm-hmm.
Here you go, bro."
My clients will
Work
tell
out.
me like, "What's this class about?" I'm like, "Oh, to cut hair." Bro, don't you already know how to cut hair? Like, why? Like, I'm like, yeah, bro, but you could like, we're just learning different stuff, you know?
Yeah. This sometimes it's crazy because some of the clients they see all this stuff and they look up to us
Yeah.
and all this great stuff's happening for us and they cheer us on and they think that we know everything, bro. But we don't. There's
don't.
so much room for education in the industry that every time that you continue to invest in yourself, like you said, and get to be part of these classes, you gotta make the most out of that buck that you spend. Like you
Yeah.
you have to, and you bring it back to your clients. It's so impactful for them. Then later on, they're gonna see that it's a routine that you're continually investing in yourself, and even the barber next to you may be like, you know what? Why am I not doing that? Why am I not doing that? And it's always good because everybody's watching, bro. Like
Yeah.
they see you, your colleagues at the barbershop, they see you doing this type of stuff, and that pushes them to also want to be like, you know what? I want to put in work like that too. I want to fly out to take a class and I want to do this.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I think that helps out a lot too when you do these classes is every time you go out there, I feel like you learn how to carry yourself a little bit better
Yeah.
and better and better. Like at the beginning, like you said, oh shit, I was intimidated. I didn't know fucking Chris Box. He's all big and stuff. But probably the next time you see him, it'll be way smoother.
yeah.
You already know what to talk about. Sometimes you don't even know what to talk about. Like you'll know how to approach him. He'll remember you, and once they remember you, it's just like, oh, cool. I'm
Yeah.
part of it. I'm
I
part
wonder,
of it.
I wonder
you know?
if he remembers, bro.
Yeah,
I wonder if he
he probably
remembers
could. I
it.
mean, he interacts with a lot of people, and he has a good brain to pick. He has a really really good brain to pick. So those are two of the classes that you kind of went into. Tell me a little bit more because I know one thing is investing in classes like that, but then also too when you invest in going to see these motivational speakers. How's that for you when you've gone and it's completely different than
Yeah.
because you don't have it's not a room 10 people. We're talking about a few thousand
Yeah.
people or a few hundred people under the same room of different businesses, different business
Yeah.
types. Some barbers, I don't know, some dealership owners, some people doing mortgage, trying to listen to this one person that impacts different industries
Yeah.
in the world.
Yeah.
How take us through there when you're buying these tickets to go to these people that motivate you. When you come out of that experience, is it really a full blown experience?
Yeah.
Or is it just like I could have just watched this on YouTube, or how is it? Because I actually I'm looking forward to going to Grant Cardone class
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something like
yeah.
that, where it's just like he brings heavy hitters like
Yeah.
Kevin Hart, The Rock,
Right,
and all these big
Tom
people,
Brady,
Tom
yeah,
Brady,
Kobe. I think he had
goats,
Kobe. Yeah,
he
yeah.
had big
Goats.
giant people that also talk,
Yeah.
and these people are multiple business owners, multimillionaires that make a big impact on you because it's just like, why not want to be like Tom Brady?
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
not be like Kevin Hart and The Rock and all these, how they impact the world so much. It's like these global icons. You being in the audience, how's that like for you? Do you encourage other people to go to these type of events as well, or you rather them to stick to like these more local, educational seminars?
Yeah, definitely. I'll recommend everyone to go. Just being in the room is different, bro. Once you're in that room, it's different, and the people around you are different. I always tell people like, as long as you go with a spirit of ignorance, bro, you're always gonna learn something from anybody, bro. So I think the biggest thing I've been learning, bro, is personal brand, right? If we hear KO, we already associate so much stuff with KO
Yeah.
because you're your personal brand. A lot of people, I remember they asked us a question: raise your hand if you have a personal brand, and only like 3 people raised their hand. And they're like, "You guys are all wrong. You guys are all personal brand. You guys, just your name is the personal brand." So that's one of the biggest things I was taking, but just networking with people, bro. I've networked with so many people right there, bro, and I follow them, bro. And they're I like I say, I always take that notebook right there. I've taken it everywhere, bro. Driven. So I go, I take notes. There's always a social media expert. There's like a business. There's systems. There's marketing. Um, there's real estate. So at the end, like I told you, it's more than barbering, bro. Because what we were talking in the first episode with Holy, a lot of barbers make money, but then they just go waste it on shoes, go waste it on clothes, go waste it on necessarily. They're not investing it
Yeah.
into assets that are gonna produce more money, bro. So you want to know a little bit about real estate as a barber. You want to know a little bit about marketing as a barber. You know, you right now. I just finished this book, bro, and then my last business seminar I went to, he was talking about raising capital, bro. You know, do you know that you could start a business, bro, without you doing anything? Like people, the biggest obstacle is money, right?
Yeah.
But guess what? You could collect money, bro. It's called raising capital. It's a thing, bro. You could raise $10 million. The thing is that you have to pitch them an idea so good, bro, that they feel dumb saying no. If you have a product, you put them in the room, bro. You have 20 investors, bro, and you pitch them your idea, bro. And you have the systems, and you have the operations, you have the vision, the mission, the values. They'd be like, "Sold. I'll give you how much you need." Oh, 20,000, 20,000, 20,000, a million. I got 10 million. Let's start.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't even have to come from your pocket. And that's one of the biggest things I learned in the last semester, bro. I recommend everyone to go at least to a couple, bro. At least you're gonna come out of there fired up, bro.
Yeah. I
Fired
hear a
up.
lot of people come out of there fired up.
I
They
took my
just-
wife to one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I told her you have to come. You have to come. And I think that thing it changed her mind, bro.
Yeah.
It shifted her perspective. Cause that day I remember like we're walking the dog. We come home. I'm walking the dog. I'm like, "What's your biggest takeaway from this?" I think my biggest takeaway was like, if I tell myself, I'm gonna do something, I gotta do it. And I'm like, okay, what have you been telling yourself to do? She's like, well, I keep telling myself to go to college. But the last guy said, don't go to college. So now how do you want to go to college? And I was like, yeah, that's what's up. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
that's
glad
cool.
you're learning some stuff, you know? So a new perspective, bro. You're just learning a new perspective.
Yeah, and I feel like once you have that type of vision, then you start moving towards that direction, or you start being like, you know what, I left my old me behind.
Yeah.
This is the new me. This is listening to these people and surrounding myself and coming to these seminars and going to these powerful impeachment classes that move you. Then you start just moving different.
Yeah.
Like you surround yourself with different people that you feel like you can grow from. Like sometimes you just been around the same people for
Yeah.
too long,
Yeah,
bro.
bro.
Like you gotta let go of that circle. Like if you're, I learned this, that if you are the smallest lion in the room, it's the best time to be part of that room. Because when you become the biggest lion in the room, you outgrew that room already.
Yeah.
You need to step yourself into another room where you become really uncomfortable again, and that's what brings out the best in you
Yeah,
to grow more past that, because there's just different levels that you get to reach, and you don't ever just want to stay plateau. You just don't want to be leveled with just like, oh, I'm okay with doing this, I'm okay
Yeah.
with doing that. It's not so much of a challenge for you anymore. You want to be challenged by these people. You're just like, man, this fool's out there, hitting 1 million this year.
Yeah.
Like I barely could reach 300,000. I barely could reach 400,000. Like, what is he doing it? Like, what did he do different? Like, he's younger than me, and how come I don't have that type of wisdom? But it's all like having the patience and just not giving up and keep moving forward, and also the desire to not being scared of surrounding yourself with different new set of people that you can sponge up all their information as well and take it to your advantage and use it to grow and to build and to do what you can maximize yourself in.
Yeah, it's intimidating sometimes, bro. Like Like you're going inside a room where everyone's better than you, everyone's smarter than you. But like you said, you don't want to be the smartest in the room because once you're the smartest in the room, you can't learn from anyone else, bro.
Yeah.
But I think we're gonna have to wrap it up. We have like 3 minutes left. But I think this was a really good episode. I think people are gonna take a lot of good gems. I got a lot of good information, especially just our stories, bro. I think people are gonna learn a lot from that. Is there anything else you want to say before we wrap it up?
I just kind of want to give you your flowers, Diego. This has been a great experience this far. You know, I'm really, really happy for what you got going on. It seems like things are really, really lining up for you, and I'm excited for what's actually to come. You know, people haven't even tapped in to see any of the episodes yet because these are still gonna drop very, very soon. But I'm excited for what you got going for yourself, for your family to come, and most of all, just keep empowering people, bro. Like, don't give up. Keep doing what you do, being yourself. And trust me, bro, you have an audience out there. People are watching and they're anxious to know what your next move is gonna be because, like you said, you have to be the leader of this vision, and it looks like you're doing a great job by that. Thanks for having me on board and believing in me. And I really take that to heart, bro. I can't wait to, keep working with you, and big ups to you and the success. And I pray that, this podcast, goes to the moon, bro.
Thank you.
God
bro.
bless you, bro.
I appreciate
Let's go.
it. So this is episode 0. We're calling it episode 0 of the DTB podcast. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel. This was your host, Diego Mendoza, with your co-host.
KO, man. Let's go.
Let's give it
Episode
up.
0.
How was it?